MSNBC host floats war with Canada in shocking on-air comments. This is utterly ridiculous. I mean, they do everything they can to make Trump look bad. So that's why they're talking about this stuff. First off, Canada do not want war with the United States. We know we will crush them. I mean, does Canada even have a military? That's a joke, of course, but it's ridiculous to even float this idea. So we're going to play the clip. We're going to talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. We'll play the clip in a second. But an MSNBC host floated the outlandish possibility that the U.S. could be fighting a military war with Canada in a matter of days. This is utterly ridiculous. Katie Tur was speaking on Tuesday with Canadian journalist Stephen Marchi, whose article in The Atlantic evokes the chance of an armed conflict with the U.S. neighbor to the north. Are you serious? Seriously, though? Canada, eh? Let's just play the clip. Let's play this ridiculous clip here. Here we go.
Stephen, let me ask you about the article you wrote for The Atlantic, and I sent this around to my friends. Just the very fact that it was published, I think, is surprising. That we can have a conversation that is serious about what a war with Canada would look like. Explain why it's no longer.
We will crush them. Again, I'm sorry, I have to pause it here for a second. Canada in no way will want war with the United States. We will utterly demolish them.
Unthinkable.
Well, because Donald Trump makes us think it, right? I mean, he talks about annexing us on a regular basis. I mean, somewhere around 2% of the American population actually want to do this. But, you know, at this point in its history, you know, the American people can obviously be convinced of anything, right? And already you see numbers of Republicans who consider Canada an enemy to be growing are. And, you know, I think when countries are in constitutional crisis and when their legal system starts to fall apart, as America's legal system is falling apart.
Really? No, it's falling apart. It's not falling apart. It's the activist judges that are actually trying to run the country and not allowing our president to do what he was voted to do.
Violence against neighboring countries is a very common, you know, to me, it's very intimately tied with this talk about being a third-term president, right? That's out of the playbook of authoritarian governments around the world. And so, you know, Canada really does need to think about.
Trump just did an interview and said he's not going to be running for a third term. I mean, he was trolling y'all and y'all took it and ran with it. These people are dumb.
About protecting ourselves from the United States and making sure that we're not just a snack.
These people are nuts. These people are crazy. To really even think, to even consider that we will want to go to war with them is ridiculous. It's ultimately, Markey concludes, if Trump decides to run again, a manufactured emergency over Canada would be a convenient excuse for overturning the constitutional barriers. He could literally pick anyone to go to war with to do that if that was the case. Why would he want to do that with Canada? It's ridiculous. The discussion came as Trump met with new Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney inside the White House on Tuesday. During their conversation, Trump once again brought up the idea to make the northern nation the United States' 51st state. And people don't, even if he's not joking, he's asking, he's not saying he's going to go to war behind it. But he claimed that the U.S.-Canada border was an artificially drawn line, and if they joined together, it would be a wonderful marriage, he added. But it takes two to tango, right? So he's not saying that he's going to actually do it. He's asking them, is this something they want to do? Me personally, I don't think we don't need another leftist state. I wouldn't want to make Canada the 51st state in the first place. So It's not something we're willing to go to war with. He's just asked a simple question. Canada would benefit. If I was a Canadian, I would want to do it because they would benefit from it. But I don't think really it would be any benefit to the United States to bring Canada in as a 51st state. McCartney appeared to squirm in his seat and fired back that Canada was not for sale. Again, that's just Trump being Trump trolling. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.